Welcome to the So You Missed Church podcast. We are happy to have you here with us today. Happy Monday to you. This is Clint Daly, and I'm hoping that if you went to church this week, maybe you got something from it. Maybe you were encouraged. Maybe you saw some people or you received a message that actually lifted you up a little bit. But maybe you missed church this week. Maybe you just couldn't go, or maybe you didn't want to go. Maybe you didn't even miss it. We're still hoping we can help you get your week started in a positive way. And I've told you on the podcast previously that my wife and I decided to move to our current home a little over 2 years ago. We wanted to get out of the Denver metro area, and we moved to a small town and to a house that fit our needs just a little bit better. But we had been in our house previously that we moved from for a little over 20 years. And we had actually bought that house brand new. We had gotten married. We had had kids. We had done a lot of work to it. We had finished our basement. We had painted, and we had done all of those things that go with home ownership. Some are good, and some are not. But when it came time to pack up our home and move, we were struck by the amount of clutter that we had accumulated over 20 years. And I would say we probably made, 20 to 25 trips to donate items from our house so that we would have less to move. And while we have only been in our new house now, like I said, for a little over 2 years, we're already beginning to accumulate a pile of things, and I'm going to need to pack them up in my truck and go make a few more donations. We don't actually need an extra coffee maker. We don't actually need 2 or 3 old televisions. We don't actually need some of these clothes. If we haven't worn them in over 2 years, we probably can go ahead and get rid of them. We need to donate those to some people that could actually use them. Today, I want to look at the book of Hebrews. And in chapter 13 and verse 16, Paul says, "And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices, God is pleased." And I know that many of us were raised by a previous generation that may have gone through the Depression. And they went through some really, really tough things financially. They went through some scary, scary times. And as a result, many of our parents or our grandparents kind of adopted that hoarding kind of mentality. And I know a lot of us have been raised to believe that hoarding things just in case is a very wise decision. Hey, we're simply planning for our future. Although, like I said, as a rule of thumb, if it has been years, you still haven't used those hoarded items, it might be time to admit that not only are you not saving them for a rainy day, but that you might be drifting into a dark place where your brain is beginning to tell you that you can protect yourself from harm through those items instead of trusting God is going to take care of you. Would any of those items truly help you in the event of something really bad happening? No, probably not. But you know what? Beyond any of that, I encourage you to clean out your house, to clean out that closet, to clean out from under your bed, to clean out your car, to clean out your office, or wherever your clutter may be for one very specific reason. And it isn't just the hoarding thing. Today, let's go back to the book of Ecclesiastes. And in chapter 5, we read this: "Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. Go near to listen rather than to offer the sacrifice of fools who do not know what they do wrong. Do not be quick with your mouth. Do not be hasty in your heart to utter anything before God. God is in heaven and you are on earth, so let your words be few." And when I look at this passage, I believe it is literally telling us when we are going to God, we don't need distractions. We need to be focused. This goes right with that. How easy is it in our daily lives to get distracted? We get distracted every day. I get distracted all the time. We get distracted by the news or by social media We get distracted by ads for food or drink. We get distracted by worldly goods that have no eternal value whatsoever. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong about those thoughts coming into our head. We truly can't control them. But Ecclesiastes tells us, guard your steps. Be careful of having that clutter in your head. And that is what might be the most important aspect of leading a cluttered life. Because having a cluttered life, having a cluttered house, having a cluttered car, a cluttered office, it clutters your mind. We don't always focus the way that we actually should. You know, I can remember when I was a little kid, we'd reached the end of the summer. I had been goofing off all summer, playing outside, reading comic books in my room, making a mess. And my mom would be like, okay, school's getting ready to start. You need to clean your room and you need to get ready for school to start again. Okay. So I would listen to mom and I would go in my room and I would start cleaning. And I'd begin cleaning, putting things away, finding some dishes maybe. And I'd go under my bed or I'd go in my closet and I'd find a toy and I hadn't played with it for a long time. Or maybe I'd find a cassette tape. I hadn't listened to it in a long time. And pretty soon, the entire day was over and I hadn't cleaned anything because I had gotten caught on those distractions. And I had forgot about the job at hand. Now, was there anything inherently wrong about me playing with a toy? No. Was there anything inherently wrong about me plugging in this cassette I hadn't listened to in years and listening to it? No, probably not. But what did it do? It kept me from the work at hand. This week, I encourage you, minimize the clutter in your life. Because when you do, you will find that you will also minimize the clutter in your mind. Like I said, we can't always control those intrusive thoughts that pop into our brains. But what we can control is where our mind goes next. The less clutter, the more we can focus on what is good and what is important. Because we need to guard our steps every day. Otherwise, our mind can drift into chaos and distract us from what really is important. Hey, remember, you can always contact us at youmisschurch@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. You can follow us on Facebook or X at YouMissChurch, and you can subscribe to the podcast pretty much anywhere podcasts are hosted. Just search You Miss Church. It's going to come up for you. If nothing else, you can find us over on YouTube. Hey, wish you all a very happy Monday, and I hope that you have a great week.